Is Vanessa Mdee your sister?
No, I wish. If she was my sister, I wouldn't be.
I can show you right here.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Real
like-
life proof.
Yeah, real life proof.
Okay.
Since we started,
Yeah.
that's how much I've made.
This is on YouTube.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you serious? My good friend Musa over here has been doing the podcast for a year now and has only made the huge sum of $1 US. Bro, this is painful.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And people don't understand. People think we're just making money left, right, and center. People, because we are in the limelight. They watch you on their phones. They're thinking, hey, this guy is, and this looks really nice, by the way. I was telling you guys, this setup is amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
And the shades and the watch and so people are like, hey, this guy is balling. People watch us on stage and we're making jokes and we're getting free drinks and then people think, hey, these guys are living where? Hey, it's tough, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So how are you surviving? I've told you my secret. I have a day job. How are you surviving?
I also do business on the side.
Okay.
So mostly I'm into sales and marketing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how I get my daily bread.
Okay.
So yeah, so literally,
Yeah.
I literally sell anything that I get my hands on.
Okay. So it's not like you don't have like a contract like for a proper day job 9 to 5.
No.
So
Yeah,
it's still freelancing within
yeah,
your
still
sales.
freelancing. Yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, we also have we also host events.
Oh.
Yeah, so we have a club. If you've heard of it, it's called Connectors Club.
Sounds familiar, but I don't know where or what.
So we host events for the youth to come and connect together and learn from each other. So basically, we did the first event last year, June. So we had some guests of honor, key speakers. We have a panel, and people came. So we just tried, like, let's do this.
Yeah.
And most people came from the podcast.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so 300 people showed up.
Ah,
Yeah, on the first event. Then people showed up, and
Are you serious?
we had a minister, minister of Tamisemi by then, Deogratas Ndejembi.
Yeah.
Who was like panel on the panel, and also we had permanent secretary of the Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture. Yeah, so we were there.
How are you pulling these big people? How are you doing this? Who do you know that I need to know?
Bro, it's all about connection.
Hi.
So you should come. We actually have another event
Yeah.
on July 20th.
July 20th.
Yeah, July 20th. So
Okay.
we have someone very big who's coming from South Africa, Vusi Thembekwayo.
Oh, I know the guy.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
So he'll be coming with Connectors Club.
He has a gig that he's doing here. Is that the same gig or
Yeah,
is
the
he...
same gig for Connectors Club. Yeah.
Oh, so that gig is your gig.
Yes, it's our gig.
So you are bringing that guy.
Yeah.
Hey.
So he's coming on the 20th.
Hey, I'm sitting with the big dogs over
I hope
here.
you're gonna come, man. And
On the 20th of July.
20th of July. Yeah.
This guy is not
Yeah,
serious
on the
with life.
20th of
How are you
July.
only telling me this now? Okay, so this is my invitation.
Yeah. This is the invitation.
You cannot lie that you did not invite me. It's on record. If I'm at the gates and I said...
You are not yet the guest on the podcast because everyone else who has been previous here,
Yeah.
we have invited them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. 20th of July. I'm typing this. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure.
It's gonna be on Saturday at JNICC.
Okay.
So for everyone who didn't get their ticket yet, this is the time to get your ticket.
Yeah.
So just go there, Connectors Club TZ on Instagram, and grab a ticket. You'll find every information concerning Vusi. So we'll be talking
Connectors
about
Club
different kind of
TZ.
stuff. We'll be talking about the importance of networking and strategic partnerships.
Yeah.
And also we are going to have a VIP event
Okay.
that Vusi will be presenting on
Okay.
how you can scale your business for global and big impact.
All right.
Yeah. So it's gonna be very fun.
Oh, this is so cool. So you're telling me that, hey, I think you sometimes you don't realize do you realize the importance of what you're telling me? If that makes sense. Because I saw this picture, but in my mind, I just didn't connect it with you.
Okay.
Yeah, so now that you're telling me and I'm looking at the Instagram page, I'm like, oh, okay, this is really, oh, wow, this is huge. So Connectors Club is you guys founded it?
Yeah.
Okay. How many are you?
We actually two companies.
Two companies.
This podcast and some other company who do events. They're called Elevate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But it all started from this podcast.
Oh wow, this is
Because
amazing.
one day we released a video. You guys can go and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
It was called How to Network
Okay.
with People. So just me and my co-host Monty, who is not here right now.
Yeah.
So just trying to talk, how can you network, how can you maintain those network and connections. So it's very important to sometimes to read the comment section.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes it's very discouraging, but sometimes you can
Sometimes-
get ideas
yeah.
from there.
Yeah.
So some people are like, you're talking about connections, connecting people. Why don't you do something for us,
Mm-hmm.
for the community of MOD podcast to come and connect?
Okay.
Yeah, so like, okay, this sounds like a very constructive idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're like, how much would you be willing to pay?
Mm-hmm.
Then we had ideas. Some people were saying 50,000, some people were saying 30,000. Yeah. So we're like, okay, let's make it 50,000.
Okay.
The good thing is we promoted it and people supported it and people loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 300 people loved it.
Yeah. On the
And
first try.
Yeah, and they actually wanted to do the second one, us to do the second one.
Yeah.
So in December last year,
Mhm.
we did another one.
Okay. So
Yeah, we
two
did another
done
one.
last
And
year.
this one was actually even bigger than the first one because on the second one we even had the speaker
Mm-hmm.
of the United Republic Parliament
Okay.
who came as a guest, and he's also an MP of Ilala.
Okay.
So he came there, he was a panelist and he was like the guest of honor.
Okay.
So people even loved it more.
Wow.
Then we're like, okay, because we have been bringing politicians,
Yeah.
we're like, no, like this is not just about politics.
Yeah.
So let's try something different. Who do you guys want?
Mhm.
So 90% of the people were like, we want Vusi.
Really?
Yeah. Like, okay, now we started planning, how can we get Vusi?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we got him, he accepted. Yeah, so it's just like, he has to come.
Hey man, this sounds like a movie.
Really?
Yeah. You guys have done. How many people showed up for the second event?
Second event, 450.
Wow.
Yeah, 450.
Hey,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And we want to do 1,000 on the coming one. Because it's a
Wow.
very, very big stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're expecting a lot more people to show up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited.
Yeah.
July 20.
July 20th.
Hey, you should buy your tickets, guys.
Yeah.
July 20.
July 20. Grab your tickets.
Where do
Connectors
they
Club.
buy? Tell them where they must buy the tickets.
First of all, go to our Instagram page, Connectors Club TZ. You'll find pinned post with Vusi Semikwayo. All the instruction on how to buy. Just simple. Just pay. First, pay through our Lipa number, which we're going to provide. Then the proof of payment. Then there you are. You can choose. There are going to be two events. One regular event at GNICC, and one is going to be VIP event, which is going to be at Rotana. So if you want to be a VIP, if you want like more personal connection with Vusi, one-on-one, just come to the VIP one. But if you pay for the VIP one, you're going to get both. Like the general one and the VIP one.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
The VIP one is going to be like private dinner.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you have a bit of change and you want to get more value out of that, just come to the VIP one. Yeah. So you're welcome. You know, as a comedian, you're also a creator.
Yes.
Yeah, because you sit, you think of jokes, you think how gonna make people laugh, you script it, whatever. Let me just not go deep into it.
Yeah.
Can you please share your creative process? How do you create jokes to make people laugh? What's the process like?
That's a good question, man. So in the beginning, I used to literally sit down with a pen and paper and try and to think of like things to talk about. I'd
Okay.
literally try to think of jokes and stuff to say. Um, but over the years, my creative process has changed. Now I prefer to write jokes about experiences, like things that I experience every day. So instead of just making things up, because
Okay.
you can literally sit down and say, let me write a joke about a car, or let me write a joke about getting robbed, right? So that's you now tapping into your imagination. But there's also the side where you go, let me write a joke about my experience coming to the podcast, because that's what I experienced today. So then I can think of something nice to talk about. So for the past few years, it's been mostly about my work experience, my relationships, my family, my travel experiences. Those are the things that I prefer to talk about on stage. So there's a whole deeper way of, if you're writing a joke, you have to have a setup and a punchline and have
Yeah.
to. I don't know if that's what you're asking about.
I just want to know because I'm totally ignorant on that
Of this
sector.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so in detail, for a joke to be a joke, you're supposed to have a setup and a punchline.
Okay.
A setup is like the backstory, the information that you give us before you hit us with something surprising or something funny,
Okay.
right? And so that's how it's supposed to go. That's the standard structure of a joke. But before you even decide setup punchline, you should also know what type of comedian you are,
Okay.
because there's different types of comedians. There's storytelling comedians. That's what I do. I like storytelling, just things that happen in life. Famous storytellers are people like Trevor Noah, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, But then there's also one-liner comedians. These are the ones who just do short, like a one line, like a simple sentence is a joke, like just one setup punchline, not a whole story. Like, so today I was in town and then this thing happened. No, just a simple setup punchline. And then there are ventriloquists who are also comedians. These are the guys who have puppets and they use their hand to put into the puppet, whatever puppet it is, and the puppet's mouth is moving and talking,
Yeah.
but the guy's mouth is not moving. So he's saying what this puppet is saying, but you can't see that his mouth is
Where the voice coming from?
from him.
How?
I don't know. They just if I try to,
Yeah.
it's like I don't know how to do it, but this is an example. So the mouth is not supposed to be moving. It's supposed to be very still, and then the puppet is talking. So the voice is coming from him, but it seems like it's the puppet that's talking. So there's ventriloquists. There is magician comedians. These are people who are telling you something funny, but whilst doing a magic trick. Yeah. So it's complicated, right? There's all these type of people, but there's also musical comedians, people who sing and make you laugh through the song.
They think jokes.
Yeah. So I'm a storyteller, and all I do is I think of a setup and a punchline, and then I have a story around it. Right? So I've spoken about almost everything: my childhood, ex-girlfriends and breakups and travel experiences and work experience. So yeah, man. If you've never been to a comedy show, you should come and watch me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good time to plug in. Yeah.
Masaki.
In Masaki, yeah. Don't look for me in Bagara, Sigongolamboto. Masaki. In English.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's the creative process. Yeah.
I think just story and punchline.
Setup and
Setup
punchline.
and punchline,
Yeah,
no.
setup, punchline. So there's the punchline is the story. If this is a vivid way of explaining a setup and punchline.
Yeah.
A setup is taking you this way, and then the punchline takes you this way. So it's like we're leading you in this direction, right? And then you think, I know where he's going. Now all of a sudden I take a left turn. So that's surprise. That's the thing that makes people laugh. I would love to give them an example of a joke, but if I tell them now, they won't come to the show. They won't come to to the thing on the
Connectors Club.
20th. Yeah, you won't
Yeah.
come to Connect. You must come to Connectors Club so you can experience the jokes in real life.
Connections.
Yes.
How do you connect with your audience?
Wow, beautiful question, man. So the biggest way to connect with the audience is to have relatable material. In that sense, I mean, there's comedians that do crowd work. I do crowd work. So crowd work is where you like speak to the people in the audience. Yeah, so what's your name? What do you do for a living? And he tells you his job, and then as you're talking to him, you find ways of turning that into something funny. But the best way to connect with the audience is to have relatable material. So instead of going on stage and talking about things that are far-fetched, things that are too unrelatable, talk about things that are relatable, like how we've all been on a daladala,
Okay.
and we know the things that happen on a daladala.
Yeah.
So I usually go on stage and I tell people about my experience on a daladala, the funny things people say on a daladala. You know how, for example, this other day I was in Magomeni Kanisani, and I wanted to take a bus to Masaki, right? And I'm waiting for the bus to go to Masaki, and this conductor, he jumps off the bus, and he starts shouting. He says, "Makumbusho, makumbusho, haki ya Mungu, makumbusho." And I'm thinking to myself, do you think I'm going to get on that bus now? Like, the fact that you have to convince me that it's going to Makumbusho. I have never heard someone say haki ya Mungu, because conductors lie to us. Daladala is full, imejaa, anakuambia jeupe, jeupe. You get on the bus, everyone is standing. We understand those lies. Those are normal lies, right? Some of them lies you, wanashuka hapo mbele, like they're going to jump off. Just get on. People don't jump off. But this is the first time I heard a conductor saying, haki ya Mungu, makumbusho. So now, I'm like, I'm not getting on this bus. This is how you get robbed. Haki ya Mungu, where? So I then go on stage, and I speak about that because I know people have similar experiences. I'm like, hey, you guys, these Daladala guys are crazy now.
Bro, they're very crazy. You know, one day that guy said to me, kaka hapo nyuma naomba changu.
Ukampa chake.
Faster.
Guys, so you see that story? That's what you talk about. Like you look for the things that people, because there's things we all share. We know we've all been on the daladala. We know we've all heard of some crazy things on the daladala. Like someone has said something crazy to you. We've all experienced heartbreak. The minute you talk about relationships, people are like, yeah, we know what he's talking about. So that's my way of connecting with the audience. I always try and find the most relatable things on the night. We all go through electricity problems in our country.
Electricity, man.
Dear listeners, do not cancel this man. He didn't say anything about electricity. But the minute you talk about electricity on stage, people understand because people can relate. So yeah.
There are a lot of reasons to fail in Tanzania. One of them is electricity.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, I've been so embarrassed at times.
Yeah.
Like, I've had guests who, I can say it took me a very long time to plan with them, to get them on the podcast. And then we reach here, no electricity.
You see?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Pole sana.
So bad, bro.
Let me first of all say pole sana. But I know what you mean.
Just imagine, you said it's far, right?
Yeah.
Coming all the way.
Yes.
And coming here,
And there's no electricity.
I mean, how of a joke could that be?
That's bad, man. And the worst part is that we can't do anything about it. Like, we have no options. You go through the pain and you complain and you post about it, and then that's it. So that's that stuff. If you talk about that stuff, oh man, the crowd will love it. They're like, yeah, we know what he's talking about. Yeah.
So people have to relate
People
to
have to
the
relate.
joke.
That's the best way. Of course, you also have to read the room. Sometimes you're telling a joke. It's relatable, but it's not working.
Okay.
So you connect with the audience by changing the subject, talking about something else. I've had that experience where I'm telling a joke that has worked before and it's funny, and I'm telling and people are not laughing. So at that point, I can't then doubt myself. I'm just like, "Oh, okay, wrong crowd, wrong joke. Let me change the joke and talk about something else." Yeah.
Right now, there has been a very huge advancement in technology, digital platform. Like the digital space is very evolving.
Mm-hmm.
It's helping people different kind of businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So coming to comedy, how has the digital transformation shaped your comedy journey, and how does it help you to become a better comedian?
Hey, social media is everything now, man. So for us, of course, it's all about putting our content online. I mean, stand-up comedians, we are not advised to actually put our content online, because the minute you put your material on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, it's out there and it's gone. Like, if I've seen that joke and then I come to the show and you're telling that joke again, I won't find it as funny.
Okay.
Maybe I won't even laugh. So they advise stand-up comedians to not post material unless you know I'm not going to use this joke again, or unless you have enough material that you know if I post this, I still have other jokes to tell. Like, I'm okay, right? So it's very tricky because we want our names to be out there. We want people to see us and hear us, but we have to be very careful of what to put online. But the power of social media, this is proof right here, me and you. Because if I didn't have my content, you would have not known of me.
True.
You were not gonna. You would be like, "Who is Hamis Mdee? We don't know any Hamis Mdee." But you saw my content and you're like, "Oh, I like this, right?"
Is Vanessa Mdee your sister?
No, I wish. If she was my sister, I wouldn't be here. That's what I say all the time.
And wale mashemeji
I'm
wale.
like, I would be in the States with my shemeji. We'd be chilling, babysitting, right? But that's a big question, I guess. Vanessa Mdee, I'm like, no. They're like, pole sana. And then they go, na yule, Halima Mdee. I'm like, no. So what are you? What
Mdee are you?
What Mdee are you? I'm the only Mdee that's not related to any other Mdee. But yeah, social media. Speaking of, this is nice that you said this, Vanessa. Because of social media, I post some of my material. But like I said, I also post sketches. Like, a sketch is when we reenact something funny. So I actually posted a video. It was a parody. Like, Rotimi had posted some video of his, celebrities looking cool and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I made a video where I was imitating what Rotimi was doing.
Okay.
And then I posted the video and I wrote me and Shemeji, right? And then I tagged Vanessa. Now me and Vanessa, we don't know each other on a real life basis.
Yeah.
But because of the video, it went viral, and she saw the video and she commented on the video.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's what social media should do. Like, it should help us be seen or be heard at a different level, right? So for comedians, man, it's really dope. I mean, do you know of how people have comedy specials on Netflix and everything? Some people have comedy specials on YouTube. So for us, it's a nice way of putting our work out there so people can see it, but it has to be at the right time. Yeah, I'm very happy with comedians who are proud to post their content.
Yeah.
But again, just be careful, because I have friends who do stand-up comedy in Swahili, and they tell me when they go to Arusha, Mbeya, all these other places, the crowd is actually not happy because they do jokes that they've posted online.
Yeah, true.
And they tell them, hiyo tunaijua, hiyo tupe nyingine. Hiyo tumeisikia. Because they have the stuff online. They have the stuff on TV. So sometimes I get invited to a gig, right? And people are like, we want to record your show. And I ask them, I say, please don't record it, because if you record, you're going to post it and it's going to go out there without my consent.
True.
And there's people that have actually said, okay, if we can't record you, then we don't want you anymore. But they don't realize that they're actually hurting me when they record it and just put it out. however they want, right? So that's it's a tricky situation, but it's good. Social media is good.
We explain on this podcast to people on how you can use social media effectively and how you can as well make money on social media. Social media is very big because when you put a piece of content out there, you don't know who will watch and at what time they will watch and how is it going to impact them. So I always encourage people, like, whatever you do, as long as you have value to share or entertain, educate people, just grab your camera, record, share it, because you don't know where it's going to take you. And most people that I've seen, they're always consuming on social media. I think consuming will get you nowhere.
Yes, yes.
Nowhere. Even if you consume for 10 years, 20 years to get you nowhere. Just have to move to the other side. Just produce something. That's what will get you far.
It's interesting you said that, because I feel like there's two types of people in the world. There's consumers and there's creators.
Yeah.
And I always think about it. I'm like, all the hate you might get on social media, all the comments and all the negativity, but you are not a consumer.
Yeah.
You are a creator, and that puts you above a bunch of other people. That sets you apart from the rest. So that's major, man. Shout out to anyone that's, creating stuff. Yeah.
Shout out to you
Yes.
who is watching.
Shout out to you, consumer.
We hope. Yeah, you keep consuming. We're gonna do another one tomorrow for you to consume.
Yes, these are the good consumers. These are the ones we want. Yes. This guy is gonna lose his people.
No, it's black and white,
Yes.
MOD podcast. As I said, the podcast that inspires you
Yes.
to shape your future.
Yes.
So we're gonna tell you black and white, no lies.
No lies.
You are better off getting off YouTube, wherever you're watching this. You are better off turning off your phone, go create something. Yeah, because we just laugh here, probably totally forget about
Yes.
all the jokes that Hamis Mdee told today, and your life is gonna still remain the same. If you're a brokey, you'll still be a brokey unless you create something.
Yes.
Yeah, that's facts, man.
And then when you're done creating, come back and watch us.
Yeah, and then go create again.
And then create.
Yeah, because at least when you come here, you consume, but at least you
you've
learn
done
something. Yeah, you learn something good.
Yes.
Yeah. Talking about learning,
Mm.
what are the biggest life lessons that you have learned through comedy?
Believe it or not, stand-up comedy has taught me that simply put, it has taught me that life is about balance.
Okay.
That there's always going to be good days and there's always going to be bad days. I say that because sometimes I do shows and it goes really well. People are laughing, people love it, people let me know that they had a great time, they enjoyed the show. And sometimes I do shows and they're really bad.
Okay.
And I go home feeling bad because I wasn't able to make people laugh, right?
Okay.
And that is a reminder that in life there's always ups and downs, because you can be a really good comedian and then some nights are just bad. And that's bound to happen. It's going to happen. Like, you're just going to have some good shows, some bad shows. So it reminds me that life is about balance. And it has also taught me that when it comes to living, like when it comes to living your life, it's almost like you should never take anything personal, or it has just given me tough skin, if that makes sense. Because when you stand on stage, bro, you're public speaking. That is public speaking. And you know the fear of talking to a bunch of people. These are strangers, people I don't know. Some of them are coming from the office. Some of them are coming from home. Some of them are coming from a breakup. Some of them, but they're all here now looking at me, expecting me to make them laugh, right? And when that doesn't work, when I try to make them laugh and it doesn't work, I feel bad. But it has given me tough skin in the sense that the feeling that I get from not being able to make people laugh, it carries on in every other situation in life. When someone insults me, when someone gives me a bad comment, when someone disrespects me, I'm used to it. Like
Nothing personal.
nothing, yeah, it's nothing personal. Like it's just you having a bad day and me being a victim, and sometimes it's me having a bad day and you being a victim, but it's nothing personal. And it's that thing where, you know how people say the older you get, the less you care about what everyone thinks and what everyone, thinks of you. You also get that in comedy too, because